All right. Good evening. So tonight we're going to be talking about the initiatives and referendum process and the positives and negatives of it and how it supports or how it is done in direct democracy in Arizona. So referendum is a general vote by the electorate on a single political question that has been referred to them for direct decision, meaning that the government proposes something, whether it is to change a bill or change a law or to update a law or to propose a new law. It then hits a ballot for the people to vote on. Therefore, it makes it easier um, to vote on it. They're able to um, have more input when it is a difficult decision. But it can also cause division. It can cause misrepresentation and misinformation being spread, because that referendum can then be taken by the opposite side of those that are proposing it and make videos and commercials and et cetera about how it doesn't work and how it's wrong or whatever. So that's referendum. An initiative is something that's brought from private citizens or from special interest groups, and it is a bill that they are proposing. So it is they draft it up, it goes out, they try to get votes for it, they try to get signatures for it. Um, and it's usually to help improve a bill or a law or to change a law that needs to be fixed, right? So, but again, that can cause misrepresentation, misinformation, it can cause division, but it's directed from the people. So it's coming from a special interest group or from the people of the state um, who want to see something changed. This can be, whether this is gun control or um, birth control. I mean, with the body autonomy issues that we're having. So or for special interests, this could be about electronic cars and charging stations or lack of charging stations or whatever it is. But it basically is brought from the people. So the process um, is different in that sense. Um, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. The pros of referendums is that they're points of um, negotiations. So basically, one side's going to drop a bill and say, "Here we go," and then the other side's going to say, "Well," and the people are going to say, "Well, this is what we think," and then that kind of gives the government the way to be able to say, "Okay, so that's what they like, that's what they want, that's what they need. Let's go ahead and renegotiate what we're putting on the table." So it gives them like a jumping off point, is what the referendum does. So um, it helps get political support, especially if it's a difficult decision. But it also allows them to see what the people want and what the people are willing to vote on. This also helps create mandate. The cons, as I stated earlier, is it can cause misinformation and misrepresentation. It can also cause division within the ranks. But again, we see that already when we look at separation of church and state and schools and how that got changed in Texas. We're seeing that with the abolishing of the Department of Education and how we're watching Title I schools get closed over in this, over in areas because, that's what's going on. So it's causing a division. Um, we see division in the fact that the president-elect should not be president-elect. We're seeing that there's many of us who would love to, protest it and would love to not see him in office. But again, what he wants to pass in laws, what he's trying to do, what he wants to do going forward, um, causes division, right? So there's the division and the rules, the laws that he wants to create, the mandates he wants to create, there will be division because the House and the Senate and the people were not all going to agree on it. Um, but it is also the same for initiatives. Initiatives also can cause misrepresentation, misinformation, division, because a special interest group only has their interest at heart. So they're not coming from a place always of what's good for the people. It's good for their pocketbooks, which we've seen with oil companies. We've seen that with the electronic cars and energy companies. We've seen that um, with um, ACLU, we've seen that with NRA. So there's different groups that we've seen, special interest groups who've tried to pass things and it's caused division and issues. Um, When looking at comparing and contrasting, both change or add to our laws. Both can cause misinformation and misrepresentation and cause division. The way they support direct democracy is the fact that you look at initiatives and it's things that the citizens are bringing, special interest groups are bringing. So it's kind of like the voice of the people, but not all the people. Where the referendums that are coming from the government are the government side of it going, okay, here's what we want to do, here's what we're proposing. Um, but again, it has to be voted on by the people. So again, you're seeing that direct democracy of the people are voting on it. The people are the ones that are having to decide whether this works or not. Um, so yeah, we're uh, both both are giving both are serving both purposes, right? That there's issues on both sides of it. Both are going to become laws. Both are about laws. Both are about negotiating what we want. And in Arizona, with the fact that Arizona gives so much power to its people by allowing the people to do so much within the voice that it gives the people, it makes that better. So, the direct democracy in Arizona is over 100 years old because they have always done initiatives and referendums and they've let the people have a voice and a choice. And we don't see that in the US Constitution because the fact that it's so much harder to create laws as a nation. It's so much harder to get amendments as a nation. That's why, again, our constitution as a nation is so much smaller than Arizona, where Arizona is able to get more passed and more put through because progression of time, of morality, of culture, and because the voice that it gives its people. So, in those ways, that is how it's supported. That is how they are similar and not similar. And that is what they both do. Thank you.